If I can get your attention, thank you very much, Spanish Fork, for being here and for allowing us to be here as well. This has been 10 years in the making of this facility. We're grateful to be this far. The transfer station itself is 108,500 square feet, full spanned because we can't have anything to back into. So the engineering design on this thing is quite a phenomenon in itself just to see. A landfill, by definition, means it's an environmentally safe and protected landfill. A dump, however, is simply a hole in the ground that has no liner and people just put stuff there. We're starting in the admin building. This is our training rooms. This is our lobby area here, education room, the stairs, the elevator to move people upstairs. That's one of the things we're going to try to educate upstairs in our education room. We want this to feel like the public is welcome to, anytime we're open, to come in and go into the education room and watch what we do. Trying to be as transparent as we can about where trash goes. Okay, that was all part of the design. So people understand some people do it correctly to protect the environment, and we've never had a violation in the 35 years that we've had the line landfill over there, which is a whole nother wall, a whole nother story. 35 years ago, the transfer station's job was to take everything in and send everything to the landfill. White goods like refrigerators, tires, mattresses, electronics, you name it. Everything was going to the landfill. That's where we started. And then we get new legislation over the years. They wanted us to start pulling electronics and metal out. So trying to separate it. Tires was the next to come out. And so in that small facility, all of a sudden we're trying to follow the rules, but yet, okay, where are we going to put tires? Where are we going to stack all this metal? There's lots of discussion about batteries because our number one cause for fires, in transfer stations, landfills, and even MRFs is batteries. Anything that will recharge, any kind of a lithium battery that can be recharged is a potential fire danger. And that's the biggest reason for some of the design that we put into this building is to be prepared for stuff like that. So this is the transfer station. You see there's the doors behind you here. You see the black one and the white one. These would be our inbound for residents. The next two set of doors is our residential out. The black doors are high-speed doors. They allow people to pull right up to it, and then the door will open. People will come in, and it closes it. You'll see over against the wall the grill. The grills there, those levers will open and close to maintain that pressure that we're looking for. So as a door opens, those louvers will close so that it forces all of the air through the door. When the door is closed, then the grills will then open themselves back up. Ventilation up on the roof, we're constantly moving air. We replace the air in this room 6 times an hour. We've divided the building up in 2 halves. The residential side, for the most part, this is for the residents. And then down at that end is our commercial. We use 3 stationary compactors. So the openings you see in these walls, there's one there, there's one over here, and they're working on this one here. This is what we refer to as a push wall in the industry. So when people come in with their trash, we're pushing it towards that metal facing. It's an 18-inch thick wall. It's got a 1/2-inch sheet of steel welded to it with an additional 1/2 inch at the bottom plate as well. This is the same design that we used in the push wall at our other facility. After 35 years, it still doesn't show hardly anywhere at all. We push the trash in, we build bales. We don't wrap anything around them with just solid pressure. We just build the bales. The compactor machines actually have weights on them. So as we're loading trash in, it's telling us how much weight's in there. When we hit our mark, based on what trailer we have, then we hit our weight. A gate opens up, we unload the trash, push it into a trailer, and then move the trailer in the backyard so that we can go to the next level. We have what's called walking floor trailers. A walking floor trailer has slats. They're about 4 inches, okay? All the way across, individual. It moves together for 4 inches all together, then they all go back different sequence. So they just spider back, move together, spider back, move together. We can unload a trailer in about 10 to 15 minutes based on the size of the trailer. We have 4 entrances and exits to this building. Before we had 1. Everybody had to use that same little road to go in and come out. Whether you were the resident going in, the commercial going in, even my own semi trucks had to go in and out the same entrance. So here we decided to try to do it differently. The 3450 north will have our administration entrance and our residential entrance. The new 600 that we improved, that will go out to SR 77 this spring. They're working, getting ready to open it. All of our commercial trucks and all the garbage trucks will come in off of 600. So we're using all of the different entrances and exits in the building. We want to be able to move people in and out of here as fast as possible. That's one of the things that we're striving to do, keeping people moving. So we not only have 2 inbound and 2 outbound scales, we also have a bypass lane. So if we're working with the county, for example, the health department, and we're going to have an electronics collection day, we can now do that here, and those cars can come in and be directed all the way around the outside edge. We can bring them in here and move our residents to the second door. They come in and then they go right back out. Again, I'm trying to move people in and out as much as possible. This building, as part of our design with the fire marshal, has been specially designed to not only have a sprinkler system, but we have 8 cameras that are facing all of our tipping floor that are infrared cameras that take the temperature of all of our material at any given time. When I get a hot spot, we'll know about it first. Sooner than we've ever known before. We're going to immediately know there's a hot spot, and we're going to be able to find it because of these 8 cameras. So that's the first thing we have, is these infrared cameras. Then we have 2 water cannons that are built in to the fire suppression system, one here and one about halfway down there. We've also got emergency trap doors, so as soon as the alarm goes off, 9 of these things pop open to allow all the smoke and stuff to exit the building. They're putting a netting in right now. We'll put the bird netting, we'll go across the entire ceiling to keep the birds out as well. One of the things that we did for the smell is we put in these hoses right here, and it is a misting system that we can adjust up and down. We use chemicals to both just take the smell out. We can also add smell to it. They tell me the citrus smell works really well with trashes. This is our household hazardous waste building, but we wanted people to be able to look down and be educated about household hazardous waste. Most of the household hazardous waste stuff is free to the public. We find products that still have value. If cleaning supply or fertilizer is only half empty and it's in good quality, we'll put them in shelves in here, then we'll keep rotating it out. The public is welcome to come in and just sign for it, and they can take it at no charge. The dock doors you see behind you here, this is so that we can, again, sort stuff and move them immediately. This gives us room for growth. If we have other stuff we have to divert, there's been a lot of people talk about mattresses. The other one would be maybe batteries. So as extra stuff comes in, we'll do it here. Waste is very corrosive. It just eats everything, which is why it's important we hose down as often as we can, and we try to keep as clean an environment as we can, which is why we have all these drains, all these steps and stuff in this design was all done. Because over there, it's all on one level, and you're always walking through the muck, okay? Over there, you gotta have your boots. That's why the drains are back here, also where the trailer parks, because it's dripping. When we pull it out of here, there's a cement pad out there, and that is contained also with drains, and that goes into the same drainage system. So you can see everything back here is our employees only. This building was specifically designed so that I could hold 4 of our trains that are completely full. The reason for that is when the temperature gets below 10 degrees, things start freezing, and because we're hauling somewhat liquid, there's nothing worse than me hauling trash all the way to Bayview and the walking floors won't engage because they're frozen. And so in the wintertime when it drops below 10 degrees, we've always had to stop operations, and we can only load a trailer if it can go directly to the landfill and be unloaded. We're trying to be as transparent as we can to show people that this is the place to bring your trash, right? And we'll make sure it gets sorted and put in the right place.